solution. Take a stand.
I'm standing in traffic. Gonna get on the bus. FX.
It's 2 minutes to the top of the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Lori, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer, and here's Tom.
Thank you, Jim. As you alluded to as we went to break, we're going to be talking about talking to teens and setting boundaries for them, whether they want to hear it or not. And to accommodate that topic, we have teen therapist Sari Locker back with us. Good to see you.
Good to be
Always
here.
a pleasure.
Yay.
And also our visiting family, the Lager family from White Plains, New York. Dad, Marty, Mom, Pat, son, David, and, of course, about to be teen soon, 12-year-old Karen. Now, how close are you to 13?
I'm close to 12.
You're close to 12. All right. Give her the microphone, if you would.
1 year's reprieve for the family.
That's right. Sari, let's talk about issues between parents and teenagers or soon-to-be teens as kids are gaining more independence or looking for it. And what are some of the problem areas?
Well, you have someone trying to gain independence, and, of course, the parents, or in this case, often the mother, wanting to keep the child a child. You know, parents are always trying to do what's best for the kids, but they don't realize that the kids need to grow up on their own instead of just doing whatever the parents say. So.
Is this sounding familiar to anything that's going on in your family, Karen? Right now, put the microphone right up to you. There you go.
Not too much.
So you haven't, you aren't at the point where you or your friends have been kind of tweaking your parents and trying to get a little bit more independence and having maybe a later bedtime or being able to go out with your friends and not be sort of policed as much?
No.
How about what we talked about before, about doing things you don't really like to do, like homework, for example? How is it when your mom tells you that you have to do your homework and you don't really want to do it?
Well, I know I have to do it, so sometimes I'll just argue with her a little bit.
All right, who prepped the kid? Who prepped the kid?
Yeah.
Let's talk about as you get past 12 years old, as you get to driver's license age, as you get to dating age, all the things that I know most of us as parents fear and dread. Yeah, we can't wait for that.
Well, teens need to be able to experiment. They need the freedom to do the kinds of things that teens do, but they need to also know that the parents are teaching them values, and the parents really don't want them to get hurt.
Right.
So, you have to be able to give your teens freedom. Even in the case of an 11-year-old, you have to be able to say, all right, let's not fight about you not doing your homework, and let her see what happens if she doesn't get it in the next day in school, and let them learn from their mistakes. As well as from your examples.
So you let them take risks in a safe environment. Is that it?
Phrasing that, Bob. That was really good.
Actually, and to that point, my dad said to me when a lot of my friends were going out and burying cases of beer in the woods so they go out and he said, if you want to get drunk here. See what it's like here, where you're safe at home. And it was amazing. Not to say that I never did, but but it did lose a lot of its allure doing it in an unsafe environment because I had that permission under supervision and in a loving environment to
Absolutely.
do it.
Let's take a look at these. They're tying in with what we're talking about. Tips for teens and parents. Teens and parents should learn to listen. Very often, a parent will say to a teen, so what did you do last night? And the teen will say, well, I went to a party with a group of friends and maybe I had a beer. And the parent will yell at the teen and say, I didn't want you to go to the party. Why did you have the beer? Instead of just listening and learning what the teen's doing. Parents should respect their teens. Parents and teens want each other to be honest with each other. Now, the teen's only going to be honest with the parent if the parent accepts that honesty. So the parent needs to respect the teen and the teen's choices.
Right.
And the last one, moms and dads shouldn't inflict too many rules. That's just what we were talking about with your example.
Right.
If you say to your teenagers, or even you say to your preteens, it's a good idea if you do things this way, rather than I'm inflicting this rule on you, then they're much more likely to do what you want in a safe way.
It's like in any situation, a cooperative environment is going to yield more successes,
Exactly. If
I
you
think.
make it pleasant, then they'll grow up with the responsibility and the freedom rather than the fear.
All right. Sari Locker, our team therapist on FX. Always a pleasure. Thanks, family, for joining in. David, you're only 8. You got a broadcasting career ahead of you. You're fine.
You want to sing a disco sweat song for us?
Can we have a little of that going into the 7 o'clock hour, Rob? Sing it. Go ahead. Get on down, get on down. Here we go, David. Disco sweat.
It's not going to happen. It's not happening.
I bet he'll be strutting before 8 o'clock.
Right.
Let's kick off the 7 o'clock hour.
You know, we used to think that mankind was the only species that had language, and that was proven wrong. Then tools, and that was proven wrong. So right now, the difference between us and the other primates has come down to this. We're the only ones who make toast and Smuckers. Welcome to Breakfast Time with Lori Hipper, Tom Bergeron, and Bob the Puppet. My name's Jim, and I'm the announcer. Say good morning, Tom. And Lori.
Wait for my stuff.
This is the Lori area. All here. This is
I
where
hate
Lori.
when he does this. You're not even supposed to come over here.
Quaker oatmeal.
My oatmeal for later.
Mom, the twins are fighting again.
Get out of my room.
What? We've got a fascinating show coming up for you in the next 2 hours.
Jose Morales joins us from My Family
Yay.
Mi Familia. Richard Simmons, I'm guessing, is in makeup. He must be here already.
Is Richard here?
Is Richard here yet? Is he in the building?
Simmons? I haven't heard any screaming yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all
We'll
right.
know it when he's here, I'm sure.
right.
He's getting down and sweating upstairs.
Not just sweating, disco
sweating.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you forget.
Yeah, there you go.
And we have
Oh, yes.
from Picket Fences,
Fivish Finkel.
Fivish Finkel.
You have a problem with that name,
I
don't
do.
you?
I keep wanting to
And
call
Lori,
him.
what was the third?
I keep wanting to call him Fourvish Finkel, but it's Fivish Finkel.
Fivish Finkel
That's right.
joining us. Also, the Wylands are going to be here to give us some natural energy boosters.
That's right, because it's sort of a fitness-themed show.
Yeah.
And here, getting fit, sucking down some bacon and eggs and some Joe in Louisville, Kentucky, is our own John Davis, right across from Churchill Downs. The running of the Kentucky Derby this weekend. He's at Wagner's Pharmacy, where they're spinning silk. JD?
That's right, Tom. As I said, Wagner's is a tradition here in Louisville. Hey, Lisa and Sam, you guys get out. Today's a big day at Churchill Downs. It's dawn at the Downs, because this is the day that the jockeys will pull their post position. It's called the post position draw, and it's a very important day because they say that your post position, where you start, has a lot to do with, it's what?
The pill pull.
The pill pull. It's not the post position draw. That's Kitty, and she runs the place here, and she's a little cranky in the morning sometimes. But it's the post position draw. And when we come back, Tom, we're going to see how involved Wagner's is with racing and with the Kentucky Derby. We're going to go upstairs where they make the silks, the colors that the jockeys and the horses wear, and we're going to see how that's done, how they make it, and how important the colors are.
All right, good enough, JD. In Louisville, Kentucky, right now, let's go over to John here. John, no, stand still, John. Just stop. Just stop. Because you know what? You look great, but no, don't. You have to take another camera. Mike, stop. But you need some disco sweat. That's what you need. You need a little disco sweat, John. There you go. There we go.
Usually we just hose them down.
The camera. Give the camera a little disco sweat there, too. There we
You
go.
leave Bam Bam alone.
All right. Jillian's in Rock Island, Illinois with the Backwater Gamblers. Jill?
Yes, Tom, this is a wonderful way to start a morning. Let me tell you, on the Mississippi River with the Backwater Gamblers, a volunteer water ski performing group. I'm sitting here with Dennis, who's the president. And as we can see, the young water skiers aged 5 to 55. Our cameraman Link is telling me, no, you ain't going to see those water skiers now. But I promise you, when we come back, we're going to see them taking off the dock, and we're going to see them performing their very well-known pyramid. Young water skiers from age 5 to 55, the Backwater Gamblers on the Mississippi River when we come back.
And you know, Tom,
what? You have William Conrad under that cloak there? What's that? Go ahead, Bob. Sorry.
You got to respect those volunteer water skiers, Tom. On call 24 hours a day.
There you go. Here's a little disco sweat for you. There you go. All right.
I didn't feel a thing.
It doesn't surprise me. Spencer Garvett is at Pier 88 here in New York, in Manhattan, on board the soon-to-be cruising Crystal Symphony. Spencer?
That's correct. Actually, it's leaving today on a 25 journey down through the Caribbean, Panama Canal, Mexico, on its way to Los Angeles, where on January 17th, it will go on a 96-day world cruise to London. Now, this is Captain Brudvik, who's 30 years experience, and he'll be sailing this vessel. And what do we have here?
Well, this is our radar system, and as you can see, you can put all the map into the radar screen.
This is Manhattan right here. That's our location right there. And when we come back, we're going to show you. We were going to go into the penthouse suite as planned, but Angela Lansbury and Betty Buckley have checked in. And
all the more reason.
I know. I don't know to do a knock or not, or so I don't know if we're going to make it in there.
We got into Jerry's office yesterday. You can get in there today.
Yeah, unless, of course, you're a weenie.
Right.
Ooh, I smell a challenge.
Tell Angela Lansbury there was a murder on the Lido deck.
She'll be down there in a flash.
We will see a room. We're not sure if we're going to get in there.
Spencer, you're the man to do it. I swear. Go up there, knock on that door. Come on, babe.
I don't know. I wish Phil were there. He could have done it.
Okay. We'll work out something, though. We'll see a room.
No. This is live TV, Spencer. Yeah. America's watching. Angela Lansbury is only yards away from you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't blow it now.
So you never get invited back on a cruise ship. So what?
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see Angela.
All right.
He's so easy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can start seeing Angela Lansbury coming up on breakfast time.
Yeah. And Spencer falls for, oh, come on.
Right now, let's take a look at what is making headlines across the country this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Here's what's topping the news as you get your day started this Thursday, May 4th. Relief officials in Oklahoma City say if you want to help the bombing victims, send money. One official says while the city is grateful for all the gifts, Oklahoma City has more stuffed animals per capita than any other city in the world. In Washington, a Senate panel has approved John Deutsch's nomination to head the CIA, and a full Senate vote is expected sometime today. In Ohio, hundreds are gathering at Kent State University to remember the victims of the Vietnam War protest where 4 people were killed 25 years ago today. On Capitol Hill, House Speaker Newt Gingrich says he's stepping down as chairman of the Political Action Committee, GOPAC, saying he's just too busy. Police in Japan are reportedly getting ready to charge the leaders of the cult suspected in Tokyo's deadly subway attack with murder. Meanwhile, in sports, the Orlando Magic has regained the home court advantage in its NBA playoff series with Boston after defeating the Celtics 82-77. And finally, in more sports news, Del Harris of the Los Angeles Lakers has been named NBA Coach of the Year. That's a quick look at what's making headlines across the country. Now, here's Jim with a look at the weather.
Yeah, Charleston, Mississippi, don't worry out there. It's not just a thunderstorm. It's disco sweat. Also, northern Minnesota has a little disco sweat, and a big area of disco sweat in the west. One spiked yellow ball on the map in Beantown. Let's look at those high temperatures. Actually, that is just like a little thing of purple there, just for balance, and that's the weather.
Right, Craig, do you want a little disco sweat? There you go.
There you go, Craig.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're relentless with that.
That's right. I've got a weapon now. Let's go back to Spencer for a second. Period A. I just want to... Spencer, Angela Lansbury is a big fan of breakfast time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hear this on good authority. So if you're feeling any trepidation at all, you needn't. She will probably, when she opens that door, she and Betty Buckley... are they sharing this penthouse?
No.
No, there's two penthouses.
So when Angela opens that door, she sees you. She's gonna probably just embrace you.
I don't think so. She's probably gonna go.
Angela,
our PR people are running. They don't want to be on camera, and she says that she won't let us knock on the door and say hello. Why not? This is Cheryl.
She was up very late last night. She was at a benefit in her honor for AmFAR last night.
Cheryl? Oh, come on.
Okay, because we were supposed to come and see her room, and she stole our room.
She did not steal your room.
What about Betty Buckley? Was she up late last night?
It was her room. She was going to let us see it.
Well, we're going to show you a wonderful room. We are. We're going to show you a fantastic room. So let's go take a look at it.
Okay. How much is it for the cruise, the 96 days?
Well, it depends on the room. It depends on how many segments you buy and if you buy.
Well, the one we were going to show you was about $170,000 for the 96-day thing. The one we're going to show you is $107,000.
Yeah,
so.
Sure. Well, you keep working on Angela. Really, I hear she's a light sleeper. She's one of those people. 3 hours and she's refreshed.
Yeah, we want to see Murder She Floats.
You know.
All right, back to Pier 88 coming up with who knows.
Yeah. What else, Jim? What else is up on the
Bob Keeshan and Jockey Silks. That's 2 different segments. Coming up on Breakfast Time.
Hi, I'm John Shea. You're watching FX, the world's first living television network. FX. Fine stuff.
Smile.
It's a 1:15. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer, and here's Lori.
Thank you very much. Anissa Morales joins us, ladies and gentlemen. Yay! Come on over here.
Yeah.
How are you today? Oh, he's not mic'd yet.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm not up this early usually.
It's okay. I'm waking up for both of us. Now, when you were a kid, do you remember watching Captain Kangaroo?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Because, you know, we have him on our show every day. He gives us, hear that music?
Yeah, where is he?
He gives us our inspirational thought for the day. He's actually on videotape. If you want. There he is.
Okay, let's see.
Bob Keith.
What's a man's first duty? The answer is brief. To be himself. Ibsen.
Those don't make any sense.
Good. That was profound. No, I got it.
Yeah.
But, at this time in the morning, you know, I don't know. I mean, this is profound. This is good stuff. Food for thought.
How about some food for food?
Let's go.
Okay.
Smell this great
We're
food.
going to get aside a little bit of breakfast. We'll be talking to him about My Family, Mi Familia coming up in a bit.
Richard's here.
Tom, you better get down here.
Richard's here.
Celebrity overlap. Celebrity overlap.
I don't know if everybody can hear that, but I think we better go check it out. Come on inside.
Disco sweat, Richard. There you go.
Yeah.
All the guests, they have a sugar high. They're on that for like this. Look at their serving. Could they possibly serve like a nice bagel or something? No. Look, caca here. Well, we're on FX.
Yay! Guess what? Richard Simmons is here.
Hi, Richard.
Isn't this beautiful?
Thank you.
Isn't this beautiful?
He doesn't need a microphone. Don't worry.
No microphone.
How are you,
Hi.
Richard? Tom?
Long time no see.
I know. And
Massachusetts.
back in Boston. Here's
Lori.
Oh, look at precious Lori.
Okay.
It's my back.
Put her down, Richard.
Look,
Don't
we're
get
going to play the
hurt.
Baker Boys, and you come up here and sing. Okay, come on. Just get up here and sing a little song.
All right.
Come on, get over
Oh,
here.
all right. Okay. All right.
You remember what you sang? Michelle Pfeiffer?
Yeah, making whoopee.
All right. All right.
Always wanted to do this.
Come on.
Okay.
Da-da. You're here. The Baker Boys were here.
I don't know. Why am I nervous?
Honey, you're not that secure. Okay, we're ready. Da-da-da-da. She's singing. Da-da-da-da. Sunny. Da-da-da-da. This is what she stands and lips up her skirt. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
For making whoopee.
Once again, she falls for the wrong Baker boy.
Before this turns into a pay-per-view
We'll just
special,
recreate all our favorite movies.
let's go to Louisville, Kentucky, and John Davis, who's at Wagner's Pharmacy. John?
For making whoopee.
Disco sweat just from watching that. Hey, we're upstairs above Wagner's Pharmacy, and this place, as I said, is a tradition with Churchill Downs, with the Kentucky Derby. Well, upstairs here is the seamstress shop where they make silks, jockey silks, which are the outfits that the jockeys wear. And these date back to the 1800s. It's England. It's kind of the costume of the sport of kings. Now, over here is Fran, and Fran is the manager here. And Fran, you make 2,000 to 3,000 silks a year?
That's correct.
And the thing is, Wagner's has been around, as we said, since the Roaring 20s, but this company has been around since the 1800s as well, right?
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, here's a look at some of the different silks. How many different silks are out there, kind of floating around in the world of horse racing?
Oh, hundreds of thousands, I'm sure.
And the thing is, when people come in, and the silks are determined by the owners of the horse, and it's good to have colors because as you're watching the race, you can identify which horse is going around the track if you identify the colors and the silks. Now, these are the silks that a lot of people choose from. When people come in, what's the first thing they choose? Is the color or what?
That is the first thing they pick out is their color scheme, and then from that they go to the design work.
Mm-hmm.
And
some of it's very elaborate, huh?
Oh yes, some's very elaborate. And the most popular colors this year have been the pinks and the teals and the purples.
Mm-hmm. Now the thing is, Fran, let me ask you something. People come in and they go, these are the colors we want. This is the design we want. do you ever just say that's too much? I mean, have you ever just said you really don't want to do this?
Oh, yes, very often. If it's way too elaborate or something that is not going to show up well, I have no problem with telling them that.
Mm-hmm. Or if it's too garish?
Yes.
Tom's ties.
Some colors have been even retired, right? People who have had colors for generations, and no one else can use those colors. Is that correct?
That's right. That's absolutely right. Some people have life colors that no one else can ever use. They're always on file.
Okay, now look at this. This is Diane, and Diane's the head seamstress here, and you do the design work. After Fran and the owner picks out the color, you do the design work, right?
Yes,
And it's very intricate. Now, do you have any designs that you don't like? This is a star.
Oh, I like the star.
Yeah, what's a hard one to do?
The hard ones are probably the chevrons.
The chevrons?
Yeah.
And the thing is, they sit here, they do this. Look how intricate these are. I mean, there's a lot of detail in these. And not only do they make the silks for the jockeys, but they also make, what are these? This is a hood?
Blinker hoods.
This is a blinker hood. Look at this over here. And this goes on the horse, and of course the colors will match the colors of the silk. It goes on the horse like that.
Very nice.
And and it covers them.
too,
Now,
John.
what does a set of silks cost?
About $100, roughly. Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like I said, it's a derby tradition here. And also on Saturday, this is the winner's blanket, which Fran and the folks here have made. And the winner of the Kentucky Derby will wear this. It's the winner's
Put that
blanket.
on, John. Put that on.
Yeah, really. And the thing is, it's all part of the history here at Wagner's. And Fran, you've been doing this for 25 years, right?
Yes, I sure have.
Okay. So when we come back, we're going to find out about some saddle making and some other interesting things they do here at Wagner's.
Thanks, John. John Davis at Wagner's Pharmacy in Louisville, Kentucky. S.M. Morales is here with us. And it's a pleasure to have you. Where'd Richard go? Did you see where
I don't know.
I'm going to wash that fat right out of my hair and send it on its way, yeah.
How'd the fat get in his hair, Tom?
You know, if we can get Barbara Streisand in here, this is going to... Oh, man.
Someone must have flushed the toilet again.
There's no control on this show. We have to go to break right now. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Jim, what's coming up?
He put the bed in the bada-bada-bamba. Isai Morales from Mi Familia. Coming up on Breakfast Time.
At FX, we recognize the importance of family values like honesty.
I am not a murderer. That was an accident.
Generosity.
How dare you buy Stephen's son for Crystal?
Integrity.
That reptile, which you call a son, has accused Monica and me of incest.
Empathy.
Now listen to me, you little tramp.
I really wish I had time to jerk you around, Alexis.
And FX recognizes that ever-important family value of cleanliness.
I know you, Adam, because it stinks of you.
Get your FX fix of family values with Dynasty. Weeknights at 9, 8 Central, only on FX.
Ever have a bulb pop and then break? Try this. Now the editors of Reader's Digest and the Family Handyman magazine present the Family Handyman Helpful Hints, a new book with over 2,000 do-it-yourself household hints that save you time and money. Hints like how the pros do a perfect caulking job every time. How to remove masking tape without spoiling your paint. Just use a hairdryer. The Family Handyman Helpful Hints is filled with tricks of the trade the pros use. In nearly 400 pages, you'll find more than 2,000 hints that'll help you around your house or apartment, your car, and your garden. You'll find ideas like how to hang pictures perfectly every time, how to use oven cleaner to keep your tools in shape, and before you call a plumber, 3 surefire ways to clear a clogged drain. There are thousands more. Why you should use vegetable oil to clean up after painting. Why you should keep postage stamps in the freezer. How to use an ordinary steam iron to remove old vinyl tile. Even how to use beer to clean your car's upholstery. Learn how a few drops of vanilla extract can take the smelly headache out of painting. Even a simple ingredient you can add to ordinary flat wall paint so that the dirt wipes right off.
Here's the best part. You can preview the Family Handyman Helpful Hints for 7 days free. Just call 1-800-248-7777 now. Look it over. Try the hints. Bring it with you when there's a job to do. Get It Dirty. If you agree it's the most useful book ever, keep it and pay 3 easy installments of $8.33 each. If you don't agree, return it and owe us nothing. Send no money. Just call 1-800-248-7777 now. That's 1-800-248-7777.
Meet one of the very real people who makes TV fresh daily.
Hi, I'm Steve Walker from the Pet Department. It's nerve-wracking being on live television. The real factor, the X factor, at least on my show, is that we have live animals on live television. We've had collies, we've had borzois, Siamese cats, Burmese pythons, African gray parrots, beagles, Tonkinese cats, mastiffs, Dalmatians. I don't know. I mean, I forget how many we've had.
Steve Walker and FX. TV made fresh daily.
So then I said to him, hey, you're a dog!
It's 26 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Laurie, Bob, the puppet, and me. Jim, I'm the announcer. And here's Laurie, Tom, Bob, Eastside Morales.
And guess what? You know, the front page of today's New York Post, we'll talk about an irony. Here it is.
That's not funny.
Richard Simmons.
That is not. That is. I have.
What?
I'm going on the couch again.
Be careful, Bob's back there.
Yeah, try not to step in any of that, Richard.
Okay, Jim, what's the word of the day?
It's getting awfully busy back here, Tom.
Before we get to that, what do you think it is? I'm a soul man. Woo! I'm a soul man. What do you think?
I think you're
Don't give up your day job.
Yeah. Well, no matter what you think, we're all soul men and women when we look to and address the one thing that is maestro.
Doing a leg lift.
Integral or
That's not me, by the way.
No, but by the way, Richard is doing that thing, which is integral to his existence, and it's that thing that is the essence, something that is absolutely essential, or we're not complete. All right, so it is the soul of whatever it is.
So Bob is an integral part of breakfast.
Exactly, and it's the same root word as integrity.
You know what I thought the word was going to be today?
What?
Kama Sutra.
Kama Sutra.
Now, Richard, we have to let Laurie interview her guest here.
All right.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm just, in for the breakfast.
Nice going, Tom. You heard him now. Easy, Richard. Easy, babe. I'll be right back. I'm going to hold Richard.
I'd like to say it's not usually like this, but it's pretty much always like this.
It's like this.
Show.
I love it.
It's Tom Morales, everybody. You may know him from La Bamba. You may know him from Free Jack. You may know him from Bad Boys. Most recently in My Family, Mi Familia, which opened yesterday across the nation. And also you have a TV movie on Fox called Deadlocked: Escape from Zone 14.
That's right.
Coming up as well. We're going to take a look at a clip from Mi Familia, and we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay.
How you doing? You guys want to learn something really hot?
Simón, carnal.
Simón, carnal. I'm going to teach you to mambo. Yeah! Let's go. Follow me, okay? Okay. Now first, you take your left leg and you put it out like this. 1, 2, wiggle, wiggle.
There's supposed to be music behind that.
Music.
It's actually a really great scene. There's a lot of...
there's a lot, yeah. I mean, without the context of the story, it's hard to see this tough Pachuco teaching his little brothers how to dance.
Yeah.
And, it's really quite an adorable movie. I think you saw it yourself.
I saw it yesterday afternoon. Yeah. You don't get any older. You look as young as you did in La Bamba. In fact, even younger.
Well, I shaved the mustache.
I've never seen him and Dick Clark in the same room at the same time.
Coincidence?
That wasn't me. That was
No, there's Jim, who's our announcer.
I'm being outed here. television.
Well, this is the place to do it if you're going to do it. Great film, terrific cast.
Isn't it? I have to say, Jimmy Smits, Edward James Olmos, Jennifer Lopez. I mean, we have a whole bunch of people. Michael DiLorenzo.
Yeah.
A lot of New York people. And I want to say that I think Jimmy's work is so good, I want to start campaigning for an Oscar nomination for my big brother in the movie.
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Smits.
Actually, he was your little brother in the movie, though.
That's right. But, you know,
which is weird because he grows up to be.
He's such a big brother, let me
yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, just a wonderful story, and there's the great scene, the one we just saw of you La Bamba, teaching the kids how to mambo.
Yes.
But there's also a great scene where you're at a dance with your girlfriend, and you guys are all dancing. And I was wondering, did you take lessons for that? Or
I took a few, but
it looked great.
Dancing is something that just comes out of you. If you have any talent in it at all, it comes easy. So I had a lot of fun. It's a family movie. We're all talking about family values nowadays, and this is a film that doesn't have too much violence or sex, but it's still good. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry.
Oh, it tears your heart out, though.
Does it? I mean,
it does. Oh, yeah, it does make you cry. I mean, it's a really wonderful. The whole thing at the beginning, when I don't think I'm giving anything away, when your mother has you it's not you, it's a baby version of you, and you're in the river, and it's just. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat.
Yeah,
it was terrific.
Jennifer Lopez, she'll be my date, actually, unofficially, of course, she has a boyfriend. But I'm taking my mother in the movie out to the screening in Washington tomorrow.
Well, that's just a little too weird for us, okay?
The president, his wife will be there. We will have...
now that's weird.
Yeah, very.
Not bad. Did you ever in your life think you'd be, like, rubbing elbows with the president?
Well, we're honored. We're honored that he's taking the time to watch our movie and to basically experience some of the American dream with a little salsa.
Oh, yeah. It's a great movie. And Edward James Olmos does a wonderful job. He narrates the film as well as one of the characters.
That's right.
Now, let's just talk about Deadlocked.
Yes.
Escape from Zone 14.
That's
is that
right.
Now, that's a Fox movie. I didn't get too much information
That's
on
a total departure from my usually bad boy brooding
You
role.
play a nice guy.
Yeah, I play a nice guy. I play a smart guy. I play an electronics wizard. I play a security, kind of like I test out different people's security systems, and we have a deadlock collar, which is a collar that is designed to keep all the inmates of a prison within the perimeter. If you go out, it'll blow up. It's an action, adventure, fun departure from usually the heavy stuff that I'm found in.
And that actually airs May 9th at 8 p.m. on the Fox Network, and Mi Familia is playing in theaters right now.
Absolutely.
Good luck. Please stay around
Yay.
if you can.
Thank
Cy
you.
Morales, everybody.
Yay! You bet.
All right, right now we'll take a look at some of the stories making news today.
Hello, everyone. Here are some of the stories you need to know to help get you through the day this Thursday, May 4th. Topping the news in the O.J. Simpson double murder trial, police chemist Greg Matheson undergoes more defense grilling today. Yesterday, he admitted some of the investigators in the case made mistakes while gathering crime scene evidence. The two men arrested Tuesday as possible suspects in the Oklahoma City bombing reportedly deny knowing key suspect Timothy McVeigh. Memorabilia from the Fox TV series X-Files is being auctioned off this month on the FX World Wide Web computer service. And autographed scripts and even Gillian Anderson's trench coat are just a few things being sold. Folder's travel guide finds New York City is just about the last place on earth people say they want a vacation to. According to the survey, the only place worse is Iraq. Officials say 19,000 ticket orders for the 1996 Summer Olympic Games in Atlanta have already been received. And finally, in sports, William the Refrigerator Perry has retired after 11 years in the NFL. His future, well, his agent says he may tackle pro wrestling. Well, that's a quick look at what's making headlines across the country now. Here's Jim with a look at the weather.
Rain in Geneva, Ohio, and much of the Midwest, right down to Mississippi. Also in the Northwest, rain, and in northern Minnesota. Let's look at those high temperatures. Actually, dominated by 60s everywhere. That's the weather.
Thank you very much, Jim. We have to say goodbye to Cy Morales. I think he's going to play the piano.
Hey.
He just got
in the
here.
spirit of Latin stuff, I don't know if I can remember this, but... I have to say goodbye. I just was teasing you. I was teasing you. You're such a tease.
You're a tease.
You're a tease.
Oh,
Goodbye.
Mickey, you're so
I'll
fun.
see you
You're
later.
so fun. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
Bye. Bye.
Welcome to the night. birthday!
I don't think that's funny. I don't think that's funny. Do you find it funny?
You what, disco sweat?
Do you find
a little, yeah.
The little cocked spritz bottle funny?
Yes.
That is disco sweat, mister. That's
Laura, you think it's funny?
Yeah?
That's nice. That's really nice.
Right now, we're going to Pier 88.
Yeah,
here in
Pier 88.
New York City.
Take it, New York City.
Spencer Garbett.
Vince, are you there?
He's on the Crystal
Go ahead.
Princess, and we're looking at the wrong
Tell
camera.
me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around the clouds to rain on my parade. Spencer!
Wow. Wow. You know what you do? You shout fat off.
You know, that's not funny either.
He shouts it and it falls off your body.
That's not funny either. I don't think that's funny.
Oh, aren't you little Mr. Uppity today?
Spencer.
Hey, Richard, if you're waiting for fun,
can
don't
you hear
stand next to Tom.
me? Spencer, can you hear me?
No.
What did he say?
He loves you, Richard.
What did Spencer say?
We're going
Richard,
some tape.
what's happening? Spencer?
What?
What's happening? Oh, my God, I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Richard walked the boat.
Do not adjust your TV set. All right, are we starting now?
Yeah, go ahead. That'd be good. That'd be good.
Are we rolling this tape of the Crystal Symphony? Because we want to show you what the outside of the ship looks like before we take you inside one of the rooms. So there's what the ship looks like coming into port there now. Which room is it? All these rooms look alike. We're taking you, we got a suite just like the penthouse suite.
We're in tape. Don't open the door.
We're take you inside the suite just like the one that Angela Lansbury and Betty Buckley are in.
Oh,
And-
sure.
Oh, and this is Eric. How are you, sir? So, yes, you'd like to come in and tour the room, please.
Okay, come on in.
Okay. This is about 981 square feet, and it's about $170,000 a night, and it comes with your own butler, as you saw Eric there, who's greased at the door. Very nice. Wood trim, marble, paintings.
So that's Betty
VCR.
Buckley's butler?
Yes, that's right, Bo. That's Betty's Beckley Butler. Say that fast 5 times. All the amenities come with it. 24-hour room service as well. Very plush, very comfortable.
Wow.
Nice size
This one
bed.
is Mr. Serious
of course,
here with
TVs, VCRs, phones.
All right.
You can page Eric at any hour, and he will come to your door and give us, whatever you would like, whatever you request. Of course, a gorgeous bathroom as well, complete with the jacuzzi, shower,
cameraman,
and a cameraman as well. That's right. Now we'll go out to the other room, and each one of these rooms is $170,000 for the 96-day cruise around the world. And Eric, what's some of the most unusual requests that people have asked?
Wait a minute.
Unusual request we had, as you have seen, a big jacuzzi. And I tell you, when I came on the first contract under Harmony, we had the same penthouse.
But when people call you and they say, "Okay, here's a few dollars. I need some." What's something unusual?
And say, let's bring some champagne and strawberry into our jacuzzi, and that's actually a very unusual request that you have. Or I find myself a nice jewelry for my wife outside, and they give you money and say, get it for me in the afternoon. Things like that happen.
That sounds kind of conservative to me. All right, thanks, Eric.
Yeah, that can't be the weirdest thing he's been asked for, but
I know,
all
right?
right.
And of course, right outside, there is a gorgeous deck. Each one of these rooms comes with a gorgeous deck. You can see is quite spacious, overlooking a parking lot, unfortunately, but when you're sailing around the world, it's leaving today, it's going to Mexico, Panama Canal, to the Caribbean, and all that, and it'll be in Los Angeles, and then January 17th, it leaves for its 96 around the world tour from Los Angeles to London, stopping at 38 of the different ports all around, and I'm sure it'll be a lovely trip. For that money.
Yeah. Thank you, Spencer. And Richard wanted to know who owns the Crystal Symphony. Do we know that?
Come on, Spencer.
Who
No,
owns-
don't ask anybody. You should know this. Do your homework, Spencer.
You're spitting apple on me, Richard. For
Well,
Pete's
that's the
sake.
first time. Adam, Eve, the whole thing happened.
All right, we'll find that out for you. I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, forget it.
I think that.
Where's the Tiffany
Come
box?
here. No, look.
Where's the Tiffany box?
There are people, Richard, coming to work. And they're in
People.
terrible shape. Look at these people.
People who love people.
It would energize their day if you and I went out onto Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, cross your fingers and click your heels, honey.
Come on!
Just click your heels 3 times. Do you want to go outside?
I want to go outside with
What will you be wearing?
this. You want me to wear
Forget
something
it.
else? What? What
No,
should I wear?
I'll go out with you.
Yeah, but
All
put
right.
on some clothes, Richard, will you?
I just had Richard Simmons say he'll go out with me. Well, that's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go out and meet
Right
some of the
now?
people. Yeah, now.
Yeah.
You mean like this
Like
very
live
moment?
TV, sure.
Oh.
All right. Sound good?
That
Hey,
sounds
wait.
great. You guys have a good
But what's
time.
our plan?
We have
Because
none.
we don't want it to be like Spencer's segment. What is our plan? Should we bring out fresh fruit?
We can bring fruit out, sure. We'll greet
And
people.
if Betty Buckley's there, we'll talk
You
to
know
her.
what you need? You need a big boom box with some of Richard's music so that you can
Yeah.
get
Can we
people
get that?
excited.
We're going to go to break.
Yeah, there's one in Jerry's office.
Let's get that. Let's get a boom box so we can play some,
Who
some
put the
music.
boom in the boom ba boo?
Bye, guys.
Who put the deck in the rang it?
We'll
Coming
see ya.
up, the people in New York City.
Coming up, they float
Come on,
through the
Richard.
water with the
Who
greatest
is that
of
man?
ease.
Who
Those
is this?
daring
She's
young
so
kids
gorgeous.
on volunteer
Look how
water
hot her hair
skis.
is.
Coming up on Breakfast Time.
The Action Adventure Afternoon presents crime-fighting fashion a la FX. Wonder Woman's Wonder Tiara and Wonder Bracelets beautifully complement her, Wonder Bra.
The garb of justice.
Dress for success with Wonder Woman, part of AAA TV every day at 4, only on FX.
Critics are calling French Kiss sexy, savvy, and very funny. Meg Ryan is absolutely adorable.
Are you coming?
Kevin Kline is hilarious.
Maintenant, je comprends tout.
French Kiss.
What did you just say?
I don't know.
Rated PG-13. Summer starts with a kiss tomorrow.
My husband is a dentist, and I think he'll be very interested in this.
Now, for the first time, the baking soda and peroxide dentists recommend are yours in a mouthwash. New Mentadent Dual Action Mouthwash.
He believes that baking soda and peroxide are very important.
As they combine, Mentadent's Dual Action helps kill odor and break down plaque.
My mouth feels better, and my breath is fresh, and I like the way it tastes.
New Mentadent Dual Action Mouthwash. Take good care of your mouth.
I think I'll recommend it.
It's 17 minutes to the top of the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer, and here's Tom.
Larry's trying to mic Richard. Richard, you gotta let him put the microphone on. No, it's not wrestling. We're here on the street here at Fifth Avenue.
Where's Sheena when you need her?
Handing out fresh fruit and watching the start of a lovely relationship. And we'll be back out here in a moment. Lori?
Thank you very much. Tom and Richard will be sweating to the disco tune.
Yep.
Coming up today. Hello, how are you? Why don't you come and sit down here with me and Bob?
He's bonded.
Uh-huh. Members of the Backwater Gamblers water ski show team entertain people all over the Illinois area all summer long. And right now, they're getting ready for their big summer of shows by practicing some of their stunts. And Jillian Hamilton is with them this morning. You're not practicing with them, though, are you, Jill?
No, I'm just hanging out on the boat, you know, kind of a wimp I am.
Playing
Backwater, the Backwater Gamblers are a volunteer water ski team. This is Dennis, who's their president. And before the Backwater Gamblers take off and show us their big pyramid move, tell us a little bit about the equipment that they use to help them train during spring training. For example, let's start with the skis.
Well, the skis are 8 inches wide, about 6.5 feet long, designed for slow speeds and stability.
Okay, and what about the feet, the binding where they have their feet there? Now we see that the water gamblers, they're aged anywhere from age 5 to 55. So how is it that all the different size feet can fit into the binding?
Well, the bindings are adjustable, so it does work for the small foot or the large foot. You just adjust it to fit.
Okay, the water temperature here in the Rock River is about 45 degrees. It is the Rock River, isn't it? Okay, it's about 45 degrees. Tell us about the protective clothing they're wearing.
They are wearing protective wetsuits that keep them warm and also provide flotation should they fall on the water.
Okay, now lastly, tell us about the rope, because it is special rope that is extra resilient.
Yes, it's a poly-E rope. It does not stretch. It makes the skis very, very stable.
Okay, now we see they're getting ready to get into their pyramid position, and their timing seems perfect. The women are all standing up at exactly the same time.
That's right. They must work together as a team. The gentlemen must be very stable, and everything must be the same every time out.
Okay, now we see that little Karen. Her name is Taryn. She's a little bit younger than the others. How old is she?
Taryn's 13 years old, and she's almost up to the top. She's a youngster, but she does quite well.
But she's a real showman, and there it is, Laura.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right.
The Backwater Gamblers Pyramid. Now, once they're up there, they'll sit for a few seconds, and then actually coming down is an important part of the routine as well.
Yes, it is. The routine is not complete until they come all the way back down to get their respects from the show crowd. The girls are in place now, and now they're starting to climb back down, all the way back down to the shoulders of the gentleman below, once again, being very stable.
Okay, now some of your people have gone on to real professional careers with some water shows. What water shows have they been involved in?
We've skied at SeaWorld. We have 8 people that skied at SeaWorld, and we also have 2 skiers overseas right now.
Right, some of them are actually in Thailand, I believe.
That's right, 2 skiers in Thailand from Rock Island.
Okay, now the ladies, they've come down onto the shoulders, and they're actually going to slither down the front of the gentleman and get in a sort of a one person in front of the other position.
That's right. They'll then take their rope, wrap it around, and the gentleman and girl hold on to the same handle for their preparation into the beach for their landing.
Oh, that we're coming into the dock, Lori. In our last 20 seconds, we're going to let them come into the dock, and you're going to see that the gentlemen and the ladies actually separate, and they ski on their skis right into the dock. Right now, we're picking up speed. About how fast are we going right now, Dennis?
We're going about 24 miles an hour as the Craft boat brings the skiers all the way back to the shore.
Here they go, Lori. They're going to let go. Aren't they going to let go? They're not. There they are.
Yeah,
they let go.
Oh,
and they
beautiful.
Wow.
Yay.
Isn't that fabulous? When we come back, we're going to see more of the fabulous workings of the backwater gamblers. Great stuff, Dennis.
What terrific stuff. Jillian Hamilton, Rock Island, Illinois.
Yeah.
Just fascinating. But of course, even more fascinating is the fact that Tom Bergeron is down on the streets of New York with Richard Simmons trying to get people to exercise with them. How's it going, Tom?
Well, right now, Richard has met
Come on,
Kathy
Sam.
and Sam.
Kathy and Sam.
Hi, Kath.
This is Sam. How are you?
Good. Oh, look. Oh, serious dog guy over here. Now,
That's our name.
let's give Gary. Let's give some of our people here fresh fruit from Richard. And you're a neighbor here. Do you want to work out with Richard in a moment?
Excuse me, she
Oh,
has
I'd
a
love
job
to,
of
but I have to go
husband
to
and
work.
dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Sam.
She gives me enough workout.
Richard's new video is called, as you know if you've been watching, Disco Sweat. Let's take a look at a clip from the video.
Go ahead. Tap it out. Thank you. Okay. Take it back. Let's go. Take it front. I'm the guest. I get the... And tap it front. Take it front.
Now you wanted to go back inside. I want to see you get at least 2 or 3 people to exercise.
You want?
Please.
Let me see your wallet.
Please.
Let me see your wallet. Give me the wallet.
It's not on
Let
there.
me see how much cash you
Can
have.
you get this guy to exercise? I mean,
This one?
He could use a little, you know.
How you doing, buddy?
Hi, how are you?
What are you doing? Oh, it's a report card.
It's a report
no,
card,
Sister
yeah.
Mary Margaret, I didn't get a C in chemistry. No, I couldn't. He exercised. He's in good shape. He used to be a football player, didn't you?
Yes.
Tell the truth.
Yes, I was.
Yeah. What's your name, sir?
Ron.
Hey, Ron, you're on FX with Richard Simmons, Tom Bergeron here, host of Breakfast Time. Oh, here we go.
Look, this one has pictures, and this one doesn't. Come here. Come here.
Would you care to, you want to do a little exercise with Richard Simmons?
See that they're going to work, but look at her beautiful pin. Take a close up. You have a Connie?
Bring that pin back.
West Highland White area. Her house.
Come on, just for just 1 minute, then you'll be on your way. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Come on. We got the music going?
Yes.
Just 1 minute. Let's play it over here. No, we're gonna play the outdoor source. Okay, here we go. Richard.
Oh, yeah.
Walk down the street.
Do a strut.
You promised you were going to quit smoking. Promise me you were going to quit
Is this disco walking?
70 pounds in 6 months you lost?
I've kept it off almost 2 years.
Yeah. You got picked up by Richard Simmons.
New Orleans. What you doing? What are you doing?
Let's see if we can get some of this guy with the hat.
Oh, no. He looks like a serial killer. No.
Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to come on up to the apartment during the break. We're going to see if our remote crews will exercise with Mr. Disco Sweat himself,
Yeah,
Richard Simmons.
Thank you very much. We have that to look forward to. And what else is coming up here?
Well, the Weiland sisters are going to show Richard Simmons some natural energy boosters. We just may see him implode. Coming up on Breakfast Time.
John Burke will stop at nothing to bring you the best collectible show ever.
It tastes like lemonade, and it's a laxative.
Live tasty television on Personal FX, the collectible show, only on FX.
She's at that certain age. She's not an infant anymore. She's not quite a young lady. She's a toddler. Too big for a bottle, not big enough for a glass. This is just right. Next Step Toddler Formula from the makers of Enfamil. Specially designed for toddlers with the Iron Cow's Milk Lax. Here, sweetheart. After the bottle, before the milk. Next Step Toddler Formula. In soy, too.
In fact, over 800,000 automobile crashes occur in the rain each year. In fact, the Subaru Legacy is equipped with all-wheel drive, the ultimate safety feature. In fact, compared to front-wheel drive, the Subaru all-wheel drive system provides the driver with superior control and better handling on rain-slick surfaces. A fact that's very comforting indeed. Now buy a new Legacy with 1.9% financing or lease for just $199 a month.
For younger-looking skin, you've never seen anything like it. It was discovered at the Pond's Institute. Pond's Skin Smoothing Capsules. Containing essential lipids, it retexturizes your skin in seconds. Pond's Skin Smoothing Capsules.
Yo, what's up? I'm Sinbad, and here's the deal. I want you to check your Sunday paper for the coupon to save up to $4 on Polaroid Instant Film for all your upcoming picture-taking celebrations. So have a happy Mother's Day, anniversary, Father's Day, birthday, graduation, best wishes. Polaroid Instant Savings. Am I tacky?
Hey, you know what I'm thinking?
What?
I'm thinking about all the fantastic films FXM Movies from Fox has in May.
Me too. I guess great minds do think alike.
Well, there's a lot on my mind with the FXM premiere of Irwin Allen's upside-down epic, The Poseidon Adventure.
Maybe by climbing out of here we can save ourselves.
Now what am I thinking?
You're probably thinking about more premieres like The Flight of the Phoenix with Jimmy Stewart and Richard Attenborough, and the sci-fi thriller Dreamscape starring Dennis Quaid and Max von Sydow. And to think FXM has all my favorite movie genres uncut and commercial-free.
So when you think of action...
I think of the high-flying adventure The Blue Max.
Romance?
Joan Crawford and Henry Fonda in Daisy Kenyon.
I need to kiss your neck. No, you don't need to kiss my neck.
Comedy?
I think of Jimmy Stewart in The Jackpot.
Drama?
Night People. Musicals?
Busby Berkeley's The Gang's All Here.
And when you think movies from Hollywood's first movie network...
Think FXM Movies from Fox this May.
Wow, you're reading my mind. It's available now. Just call your local cable operator.
It's 7 minutes to the top of the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom, Laurie, Bob, the puppet, and me, Jim. I'm the announcer, and here's Laurie and Tom and Bob.
Get anybody to exercise with him, but he ripped the New Yorker's heart out. It was like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
No, actually, if you did a close-up, this is actually what the heart looks like. And the big message this morning is...
Not an agent's heart. Way too big.
Saute him, please. No, this is actually how the heart looks. And it is the strongest muscle in the body, and without it, you wouldn't have a job.
You're dead. You're dead, aren't you?
And I want people to understand that even if they started walking a little bit or walking upstairs, there's a lot of people watching and they just don't exercise. Right. And it just takes people off this earth quicker. And you got to just find some tape out there or some gym out there or some piece of equipment out there and start. It's January, February, March, April. We're in our 5th month of 1995, and still about 85-90% of Americans do not do it on a regular basis.
Those who do start around the new year, what's the thing that trips them up most often?
I just think that they think it's never going to happen, and I think they want it overnight. You know, I was 200 pounds when I was 8 years old. When I graduated high school, I was almost 300 pounds. I'm a compulsive eater. I mean, I would suck a spaghetti stain off your tongue.
Yeah, don't touch the third one from the top. It's mine.
Anyway, it's true. And like yesterday, I did the Ricky Lake show, and I had 10-year-old kids who were 200 pounds, 13-year-old kids who were 300 pounds, and it really is very sad. And our young kids are growing up overweight. And then the overweight population of people 55 and over is just growing because they're very sedentary. Right. And you gotta carve some time. Put that cigar away now. What do you think we're doing? A shot from Goodfellas? Put that away.
Let's do this. How are we doing on time? Because we wanted
We
to
don't
do
care.
some remote.
It's live. I'm here. Who cares?
It's a man after my own heart.
You want to go up to our executive producer's office, Richard?
I want to meet Miss Sweeney.
What I want to do
Where's
is-
Miss Sweeney?
Well, Jonah-
She's like the big
Ann. She's
Miss,
out in
well,
LA.
I just call her Miss Sweeney, really.
But Joan and Lydia Weiland, who are the co-authors of Chicken Soup and Other Folk Remedies, and more Chicken Soup and Other Folk
I
Remedies,
know them both.
have some natural
Yes.
energy boosters here that I think tie in nicely with your own.
Look how
flora.
beautiful. Look at them. Are they
Yeah.
gorgeous? Look at
Yes,
them.
they
Get
are.
a shot of these two.
You know, if you don't have time to take a Richard Simmons exercise class, there are some natural energy boosters, and Joan and Lydia are going to show us exactly.
Wait, are you all
what they
leaving?
are. No, you're coming.
Oh, wow, I didn't know. I felt like Annie. The sun will come out tomorrow.
Come on.
Someone,
okay.
you have tomato and V8 here.
Right. Okay, well, this is if you're really tired during the day or even when you wake up in the morning. These are natural energy boosters. Take a glass of tomato juice or a glass of V8.
Low sodium.
Put low sodium.
Yeah, which is better for you, V8 or?
Well, I
or tomato
prefer
juice?
V8 simply
Yeah.
because it's low sodium. It's very low sodium,
And
I
more
haven't been
flavor.
able.
Got
and
more flavor.
And I haven't been able to find very low sodium tomato juice. Just take this and put in a little bit of hot sauce.
Bamba la bamba.
And this-
Bamba la bamba.
This will revive you.
Yeah?
Right.
Oh, that was more
And-
than a dash.
Well, it's a big glass.
Stir it up?
Yeah, stir it up and drink it down.
Stir it up.
What it will do is
Baby,
it works on your
stir it
liver,
up.
it works on your adrenal glands, and within a half
Drink up,
hour you
baby.
will feel rejuvenated.
You need it.
You really need
Yeah.
to be rejuvenated, right?
On this day of our wedding, we now toast.
And this, in a half hour, you can go on for
This
hours.
is so beautiful.
Okay, do you want to talk?
I didn't even know they were engaged.
I love watching you with the mouth open.
Being at home and seated, if you're at a meeting, if you're not at home and you can't relax and you just are at a meeting or at church or at the theater and you're nodding off, you know, that awful feeling when you can't keep your eyes open, not that Richard would know it. What you do is you press your knees together and press your arms, your elbows at your side. Hold it very tense for a few
Do that on a
seconds
long
and then
car
relax.
ride, too.
What that does is that increases your blood circulation and it'll make your mind more alert and you'll be able to stay awake.
Okay. So as you're driving, you can do this.
Yeah, how long does that last?
Well, for driving, we have something even better from Dr. Ron, as a matter of fact. It's a Chinese acupressure point. And what you do is real hard, press in the middle of your philtrum, but real hard.
What did you
press
call
it
me?
really in.
You're right here. This spot here is called, the spot here between your nose and your lip is your philtrum right here. And right in the middle, if you do a very, very hard press, it really will rejuvenate you, revive
Doesn't that
you.
get rid of leg cramps as well as
That's
you're
a
doing that?
pinch. That's a
Okay,
pinch.
It's rid of your
That's a
filter, I can
pinch.
tell you that.
But something else we have is this is all Chinese practitioners feel that tiredness gathers in the inside of your elbows and in back of your knees.
What, do you want to race or something? That was mine.
So, we have more. So if you're really feeling tired, a good idea, Richard, join us. What you do is this.
Wake yourself up.
Isn't this
Wake
an
yourself
Italian
up.
thing? Hey, you. Hey, you talking to me? Hey, you come over here. Taste this. Get here.
And the back of your knees. The other last thing that we have is in the bathroom. Should we go to the bathroom?
Oh, I don't
it's
think
in
we
the
have
bathtub.
time,
We have
actually.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have time to
How
go to the
come you're
bathroom?
rushing these ladies? They did their hair, their makeup, they slept here in a
You should have thought of the bathroom before you got here.
6 inches of cold water in the bathtub. Walk up and down in the 6 inches of cold water, anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. Get out, dry your feet, put your stockings back on or your socks back on, whatever, and get
And that'll
with it.
revitalize
And
you.
it
And
really
if you have a
does.
headache, that'll also get rid of your headache, walking in the cold water.
Terrific.
If you bathe your filtrum in the tub, what will that do for you?
Drown.
Joan and Lydia Weiland.
Yeah.
The authors of Chicken Soup and Other Home Remedies and more Chicken Soup and
Thank
Other
you,
Remedies. Thank you very much. Buy the book. Live it, learn it, love it. We have one more full hour breakfast time left, so stay with us.
Hey, boy, get out here. I want you to learn something, and I want you to learn it right. Say this. You can't trust oil because he's been too early. Say it. Come on, I said say it. Who bought this dopey boy? And another thing. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Tom Bergeron, Laurie Hibbert, and Bob the Puppet. My name's Jim, and I'm the announcer. Let's say good morning. Here's Tom, Laurie, and Richard Simmons.
Now, what we want you to do... Now,
What do you mean? What I want you to do?
You have your own little publication here.
Oh, we call it Little Publication,
Mr.
200,000?
Multimedia.
Little Publication? No, everyone needs to be motivated, so I did a new newsletter called Richard Simmons and Friends, and it sort of has recipes and success stories, because you can really never get enough motivation.
Right.
And that's the thing, that if people are trying to lose weight or exercise, every day you got to get up and you have to give yourself 5 compliments. Now, I want you to look in the little camera there, and I want you to give yourself 5 compliments. Come on, you can do it.
I have really nice hair, even if I've purchased it.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost
Such
about
depth
24 pounds in the past few months, exercising and eating correctly.
Yay.
And I really think that together we can motivate all of our road warriors to exercise right now, and that would make me feel
Road
positive.
warriors.
Yes. We're going
That's
to Louisville, Kentucky.
Road warriors?
Louisville. Is Louisville ready to exercise with Richard? JD? Illinois with the Backwater Gamblers. Are they all ready to exercise?
Yes, they are. We're exercising. We are dancing, Tom, with Richard Simmons.
All right,
we're
let's
ready.
see them as well. Let's see
look like
them.
John,
Good
too.
monitors, there we
All
go.
right.
What about in New York?
And, of course, Spencer is trying to break into Angela Lansbury.
What, do you have to go to the bathroom, Spencer?
How old are
Look,
you?
he's doing Benji. Look.
Okay, here we go. You want to leave them in some exercise? Let's go back to Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville.
With Richard.
All right, give me a little clap here. Come on. Give me a little clap. Put that music up. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of a disco inferno. You ready?
And cut
Okay,
to
we're going
Rock
to pose
Island.
now and pose. Other side. Pose.
Rock Island, let's see it.
Burn, baby, burn. Oh, yeah. Burn, baby, burn. Ah, John Travolta, we love you.
Exercising with Richard Simmons all around the country.
Oh, yeah, what? 100 stories high. Now bring the hands up. Here we go. Bring them up. Bring them up. Here we go. Bring them up.
Bible figures, everybody! Exercise with us. We have Richard
Welcome to the Madhouse, Richard Simmons.
Yeah.
We are the world.
We've got a love hangover here on Breakfast Time this morning.
My son.
I'll tell you. Let's let our road warriors tell you specifically what they're going to be doing for you this hour. Go back to JD in Louisville, Kentucky. He's at Wagner's Pharmacy, and that's where they do a lot of things, including making the silks for the Kentucky Derby jockeys. JD?
That's right, Tom. Wagner's here is a Derby tradition. It's a horse tradition. Earlier, you saw these jockey silks being made. Well, when we come back, we're going to go back upstairs and see how they make the bridles and the training saddles for the horses, many of them that have won the Kentucky Derby. It's all old-time hand craftsmanship, Tom.
All right, JD,
All right.
thanks a lot.
Yeah.
And fresh from exercising, let's go back to Rock Island, Illinois, with the Backwater Gamblers and Jillian Hamilton. Jill?
Yes, thanks, Tom. We have the Backwater Gamblers right behind us. They're about to do, what's the name of this move, Dennis?
Double helicopter with a single split the middle.
All right, they're going to do that for us here during our tease. Oh, one man's down. Oh, I hope he's okay. Here we have the other two.
Okay, we're going to do a single
And here, up, single helicopter with
Wow.
the cross.
Very nice.
When we come back, we're going to see some more of their stunts and find out how they do them. That's when we come back here in Rock Island, Illinois, with the Backwater Gamblers.
Go back and get
All
that
right,
other guy,
Jill,
too.
thanks a lot. And back on the Crystal Symphony, docked at Pier 88 here in Manhattan, our own Spencer Garbett, a ship that's about to embark on a round-the-world cruise. Spencer?
That's correct. Actually, today it's leaving for a 25-day journey to go from here down to the Caribbean, Mexico, Panama Canal to Los Angeles. Then it'll make a few trips along the coast there. And then it goes on January 17th to its 96-day world tour from Los Angeles to London. And we're in Avenue of the Stars right now. They have shops, cafes. We're going to show you the movie theaters, little Broadway shows, a little bit of everything on this boat.
It looks great.
Yeah,
it does
it's
indeed.
gorgeous.
Are you having that thought about being a stowaway at this point?
Yeah, if you don't see me for the next 96 days, you know what happens.
I was an avid comic book collector as a kid, and one of my favorite, and probably many of you have collected Superman comics over the years, John Burke, joins us from Omaha, Nebraska, at the home of Superman super collector Mace Brown. John, good morning.
Good morning. Truth, justice, and the American way.
All right.
Today's super collector has got over 2,000 pieces of Superman memorabilia. He's got the albums. He's got peanut butter jars. He's got all kinds of neat stuff. And coming up a little bit later on, we're going to meet Mace Brown, who's going to take us through his collection of the Man of Steel. That's coming up a little bit later on, Tom.
Gee, Superman's a lot shorter than I thought. You know?
Right now, let's take a look at what is making headlines across the country today.
Hello, everyone. Here are some of the stories we've been keeping an eye on as they develop this Thursday, May 4th. More sad news from Oklahoma City. The man who received a heart of the nurse killed during the rescue effort has died of complications from the transplant. In the O.J. Simpson double murder trial, police chemist Gregory Matheson has testified that Ronald Goldman's bloody shirt was stored improperly and bloodstains from Simpson's Bronco were obtained incorrectly. California's Governor Pete Wilson's possible run for the presidency may be in trouble. Wilson reportedly hired an illegal immigrant in the 1970s. And a new study by Harvard researchers finds that dropouts who get their high school equivalency degrees make only about 40 cents more an hour than those who don't. Master Chef Julia Child is going cross-country to promote her latest cookbook. The 82-year-old kitchen connoisseur says she never plans to retire. And finally, NYPD Blue star David Caruso is reportedly getting more than $3 million to hit the silver screen for his next movie called The Insider. That's a quick look at what's making headlines across the country. Now, here's Jim with a quick look at the weather.
Yes, and they have only nice things to say about the weather in Falmouth, Mass., but not in the Midwest and midsection of the country here. There's rain. There's also rain in the Northwest and northern Minnesota. Let's look at those high temperatures. And as you can see, there's only actually 4 different high temperature zones. You're all in one of them. That's the weather.
Thank you, Jim. Well, we have to say goodbye.
No!
Yes, we do.
Ah, come on.
You know, that really hurts. Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Yeah, make that 8 hours.
Nobody should use
The video is Disco Sweat.
Disco Sweat, and I'm going to be on QVC this weekend trying to inspire people. What did you have for breakfast? What did you have for dinner last night? Please take care of yourself. If you have an overweight child, sit down with that child and teach him how to eat because there's too many overweight kids running around. Keep active and, well, it's just been so wonderful seeing you.
Yay.
Bye, Richard. Bye, Richard.
Bye, everybody. Have a very healthy day. All we are saying is give us where to chance. All we are saying
Dressing for that first step to success, the job interview. Leather and chrome's a no-no, even if it does look cool. Coming up on Breakfast Time.
You can stop destruction in your neighborhood.
FX wants you to take a stand.
Hi, I'm Gwen McGee in North Philadelphia, where Partners for Progress is hard at work. Partners for Progress is a program formed between the local government and the people in the community to take control and clean up neighborhoods. Find out what you can do to start a program like Partners for Progress in your area. You can begin by simply organizing a letter-writing campaign to your local officials.
Stop the anger and neighborhood destruction. Take a stand.
When you want a hot meal without a big deal, what are you gonna pick? Hot Pockets! When a hungry bunch shows up for lunch, what are you...
It's 12 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Breakfast Time with Lori, Tom, Bob the Puppet, and me, Jim. I am the announcer. And here's Tom and Lori and...
Bob
Bob
is Cricket Radio Award winner.
Thank you.
Mr. Cronson's classroom. Frank Cronson is our FX science guy.
I can
on
see
Breakfast
that.
Time. And we've moved the classroom out to the kitchen area because this morning you're going to cook some rocks, correct?
Right. Mm-hmm. Today we're teaching geology by analogy with cooking. And I want to say at the outset, especially with the theme that the program's been following today, that I personally do not eat sweets and I don't endorse the eating of sweets, but since the rest of the world does, it's a good way to teach about geology. Yeah. Okay. Well, Rocks are divided into three basic classes. The igneous group, igneous comes from a word that means fire. So these are formed in the heat of the earth, such as this. This represents the molten magma deep in the earth. Add some red food coloring for the lava type effect.
Most of all, I
Stir it
remember
up.
magma.
Yes, when it's deep in the earth, it's called magma. If it stays in the earth, it can solidify and form some kinds of minerals and rocks. If it comes out, then it's called lava. And it flows, and then when it cools off, it can crystallize into different forms. Here's some snowflake obsidian, some granite, some lava.
Never take that for granted.
And this is basalt.
And those are all igneous rocks?
These are all examples of igneous rocks, especially the basalt and the granite are very well known. And here is our edible result.
Yeah.
Okay, this would be the cooled lava.
You care for an
Okay?
igneous rock? Can we pass the igneous rocks down here?
Yeah. And a glass of milk,
High
too.
in mineral.
You have enough for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want
Okay.
me to eat that?
Now, the next class of rocks
Well, out here is
are called the sedimentary rocks.
Oh.
That means they have settled in some way, either on land or usually in water.
Sedimentary, my dear Watson.
Yes, exactly. Now, the sedimentary rocks can be formed from bits of other rocks or from biogenic material, something from shells. To represent that, we have some fruit salad and some Jell-O. Let's see, I'll pour that onto here.
Hey, 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 we're going to make some sedimentary rocks.
Okay, here's one layer settling out,
We've got some
precipitating.
sedimentary rocks with that.
I just
You
love
notice
when he does that, yeah.
It covers over the earlier sediment that's been laid down from our igneous extrusion. Now, other layers can form on top of it. They sink through, and under tremendous pressure of these rock layers, they eventually form huge sheets, which can then be eroded again.
Wasn't this the same demo you did when we were talking about stomach acid?
Oh, I think that was Dr. Ron's segment.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When they solidify, they can form layers that you can see exposed in rock cuts, especially out west, but here in the New York area, when you drive along the road where they've blasted, you can see the layers.
And that's a really good indication of one right
Okay.
there.
We can go on to metamorphic.
Okay, they can form fossils too. Metamorphic means changed in form. Any kind of rocks can be reheated and repressurized. Here's our cookie dough. It can be formed of our assorted minerals here. Cookie dough with different minerals in it. Gets heated up again in the heat of the earth.
It's like Willy Wonka genealogy.
Here's
isn't
our
it?
heat. Yeah. Here's the pressure.
No!
Tons of pressure.
I can't handle this.
I'll talk!
And the result
Hey,
is
that looks pretty good.
the metamorphic rocks. Now, here I have a little rhyme. When you see a rock with chocolate chips, the name of garnet should be on your lips. This is mica schist with garnets in it. You see, it does look kind of like chocolate chip. Don't bite into those, though.
No.
And here's the kind of rock called gneiss. The rest of the world pronounces it with it has a silent G. It would be gneiss, but we pronounce it nice. And you can see the banding layers. We can find these at the beach often.
All right, well, Frank,
Yeah.
this is fascinating
Very
stuff.
All right, Frank.
Rocks made with sweets,
Yeah.
only here in Mr. Cronson's classroom.
Hey!
And of course,
Well
Joe
done.
Hey, Frank.
Bravo, bravo,
We have a
bravo.
lot more show on the way, Jim. Tell them what's coming up.
John Burke with the Superman collection. And how to dress for that first interview. A cape's okay, but not red.
Hi, I'm Joanne Worley. You're watching FX, TV made fresh daily.
Critics are calling French Kiss sexy, savvy, and very funny. Meg Ryan is absolutely adorable.
Are you coming?
Kevin Kline is hilarious.
Maintenant, je comprends tout.
French Kiss.
What did you just say?
I don't know.
Rated PG-13. Summer starts with a